I hope we all have our I hope we all have our books and pen to note the important things so that we don't just come here for nothing, and our attention would be highly, highly, highly appreciated. Okay, so our theme for today is unlocking possibilities through guidance, lightening the path, and shaping the future. Please, we are all sorry, biscuits. 1 minute, please. Okay, sorry. This session would be quick. We will be very, very short and quick. We don't have so much time, so we would be starting now. Welcome everybody to today's session. We are happy to have you all here, and then please ensure you are in a quiet, distraction-free place. Also, try as much as possible to keep your microphone muted while the speaker is talking. Keep your volume at a safe level. Avoid listening at excessively high volumes. Also, for safety reasons, please do not attend virtual meetings while driving. You are only to speak when requested, or if you have a question. That's the only time you can speak. So try as much as possible to keep your mic muted. Thank you. So who are we? We are Mississippi Educational Foundation, which is a registered non-governmental organization with Nigeria Corporate Affairs Commission, and which was established based on 3 out of the 3 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Goal number 1, which is no poverty. Goal number 4, good and quality education. Their goal number 17, partnership to achieve the goals. Our vision is empowering the next generation by propagating education, formal and informal education. Also, our mission is award of excellence to outstanding students and teachers in government-owned school. Vocational skill trainings to members of the community, especially women and youths. Support towards career development through mentorship. So our story so far in the year of academic excellence, we gave out 500 nose masks to students and teachers during COVID-19. 3 principals were sponsored to participate in extensive training, and 1,000 students were empowered with vocational skills in total. While in the year 2021, which was the year of collaboration, there were quite a number of rewards for academic excellence. Over 20 individual sponsors, school book drive in one of the biggest slums in Lagos. Also, in the year 2023, which is the year of great and fruitful impact, over 6 months, we had hands-on training in fashion and catering, Selfless Service Foundation Partnership Award in 2023, and over 1,000 students on the importance of, were lectured on the importance of education and light up a child's education initiated. In the year 2025, we also empowered 68 women with skills, which now act as the source of livelihood to them. Over 3,000 students and young professionals were benefited from our mentorship program and scholarship preparedness sections. So today, we will be introducing our new speaker. Sorry, my bad. I totally forgot to introduce our... I'm really, really sorry. I'm very sorry. Mrs. Mister, I'm so sorry. Our founder. I'm really sorry. Please don't mind me.
You don't have to introduce me. The program is not about me. Please skip
I'm
that.
just telling you so that because people should know you should in case they don't know. That's it. All right. So I'll be introducing our speaker, which is I don't know how to start because okay. I'll be introducing our main speaker today, which will teach us about AI. For you people that are not ready, you're not even ready for it, but I'm sure that by the time we finish this session, you will be so equipped with a lot of knowledge, and I'm sure you get the benefits. So our speaker today is Mr. Abdulbaki Badru, which is an experienced business analyst and project management professional with a strong, if I say strong, you should know what it means, strong background in information system and technology. He's the founder of Bakit Solution, a technology service firm focused on helping small and medium-sized organizations achieve process improvement, automation, and digital transformation through innovative web-based solutions. And with over 10 years of leadership experience across higher education, consulting, and healthcare, our speaker today, Abdulbaki, brings valuable cross-sector expertise to his work. It's not easy. He is a member of the Project Management Institute in the International Institute of Business Analysis and holds multiple professional certificates in project management, business analysis, cybersecurity, and IT service management. Academically, his education spans 3 continents, including a graduate certificate in project management with distinction from Canada, 2 master's degree and an honors degree from South Africa, and a BSc in computer science from Lagos State University, Nigeria. A recognized speaker and thought leader, he has presented internationally and contributed to research on AI governance. In higher education, he is a recipient of multiple awards for excellence and innovation and continues to champion digital empowerment and strategic growth globally. And he will be talking to us today on the topic. He will be talking to us today. So he will be talking to us today about AI at your fingertip with the effective use of ChatGPT. Thank you. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Backyard. Quite interesting to see that it's my namesake that is actually, hosting me today. Thank you for that, introduction. It is my pleasure to be here. Good morning and afternoon to everyone. I want to believe I have audiences from, like different part of the world because I also distributed the flyers to some of my friends that I expect to maybe join today's session. Basically, today's session, I will try to be very quick and brief on the theoretical part before going into the the practical part of today's presentation. To be frank, I think it's important for us to have a good idea of how this system works before we actually start using it, so that you can appreciate how it works, right? So I will turn off my video now, just so that I can, I wouldn't take up more of your streaming, data on your end. Um, Also, please bear with me. I am home alone with my baby boy, so should in case he calls for my attention, I've tried to lock him inside, and I've given him almost everything that I think he should need. But I hope he wouldn't come out calling for daddy. I need something. But should in case that happens, please bear with me. I'll just quickly attend to him and then I will jump back to the. I actually had another engagement that I was supposed to have today, but I decided to like give my today, to this session, because I think this is an important it's an important event for me. Basically, it is my first engagement, for this year. I have another AI engagement next week also, but yeah, I'm excited to be here to present this to you guys. So let me just share my screen. Mhm. Backyard, I will just need you to confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay.
I'm sure
Thank
we can all
you.
see your screen.
So, like I said, I will start with more of like the theoretical part. For me, I also like engaging my audience when I am presenting. So I use different approaches, when it comes to engagement. It could be maybe me asking you to use your phone to kind of like maybe complete a short survey while we see the results on the screen. Or I could also ask you to unmute and then engage with me directly, right? Yeah, because that's the beauty of when you are in a session like this. So what I'll do is, let me start with my introduction. Okay, I've been introduced already, so I wouldn't, there's nothing much for me to say here. But just so you know, I have been engaging with AI and generative AI, ChatGPT, and other forms of ChatGPT right from when ChatGPT came out. So I was one of those that started using it from the onset, and that resulted in me, engaging on different platforms, um, hosting panel discussions, doing presentations at different universities, basically more for, like higher education, because then I was working in a higher education space. And at that time, having an application like ChatGPT out there, it became a big risk in the higher education sector. So we were trying to find a way to manage this risk. So I also presented on live TV, to talk about the advantages and some of the risks, and how we've been managing it in my institution back then. So that's me in a nutshell. Backyard already, she did very good work there in introducing me. So just a disclaimer, I am not an AI developer. I do not know it all, right? This presentation is not exhaustive of the AI or ChatGPT phenomena. I would do my best to take you through, what I think you should know before we get to the demonstration. I research and recommend solutions that best fit users' case or story. I use these ideas, and then also when you're using these ideas that I present, use it at your own discretion, right? I'm also happy to share, and that's why I'm here. So, um, I want to get to know my audience. Now you know me. I just want to have an idea of, okay, who am I speaking to today? Can you take out your phone and scan this barcode, please? So I just need you to scan this barcode, and then it will direct you to a page where you would answer short questions, right? Then also if you do not, if your phone is not barcode enabled, like you cannot scan this QR code, sorry. If you can scan this QR code, then use this link here. Just type on your browser menti.com, menti.com. So once you're on that page, then enter this code 4668. You don't need to put the space, then 9952. I will display the results here now, just so that we can all see, the results and see how it works. I would like to see, I want to get a thumbs up if you, I'm just trying to see, have a look at my audience. I would like to see thumbs up if you're already on that page, if you understand what I've asked you to do. Just a thumbs up so I know we are ready. Thumbs up, please. Okay. Okay. I got 2 thumbs up. Please, I want more thumbs up. I still have the QR code here. And then at the top here, you can see it's menti.com. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm getting more thumbs up. Thank you. So let me start the presentation and then we just see. We have a good understanding of. Oh yeah, so where are you listening from? I want to just have an idea of where you're listening from. We have 20, I would say 20, 26 people on the call, excluding myself and the hosts. Okay. Someone from the United States. Interesting. Lagos, Benin City, Abuja. Okay, Lagos also. So we have 17 people who have logged onto this platform. We have 18 now. 11 have responded. I'm waiting for the remaining. Okay. I think we have more people from Lagos. You can see the word cloud. Oh, Kaduna, interesting. Okay, one from Germany. So we are like across. Okay. Okay. I think I already have close to like, okay, I'll wait for 15, so I would have like 50% of my audience already responded. I need two more responses. Okay, so I'll move on to the next slide. What is your current designation? Like, are you a student? Are you employed? Okay. Employee, student. It's okay if you want to indicate your actual designation. Maybe you're a business analyst, you're a project manager. It gives me an idea of, where I can maybe tailor my presentation. University, okay. Medical laboratory scientist, okay. Because you see with AI, AI is like you have to tailor it to what to your audience, needs. You can present AI in almost different sectors, different organizations with similar framework but different, outputs or different presentation. Next, okay, have you used ChatGPT before? Okay, 10 people. Interesting. That's good. At least I know my work. I wouldn't have too much work to do today. And it would be easy for you to relate with what I'm doing. I'm just happy that it's not like I'm doing like, oh, so maybe even you guys would teach me some things. It's possible. Because like I said initially, I don't know it all. I would only tell you what I know. Okay, 14 people. Yes. Nice. No one said no. So I want to believe that almost everyone on this call, like I've had an experience using ChatGPT. What other generative AI application have you used? Nice, Gemini, DeepSeek. Oh my God, these are experts on the call. Who am I to even present this today now? Okay, okay. Grok, okay. Gemini, yes. Sora. Wow, interesting. So this tells you that okay, whatever I'm going to present, actually, it would only confirm that ChatGPT is not the only one out there. It's not about ChatGPT, it's about the generative AI that has been designed in a particular way. Interesting. What type of ChatGPT account do you use? Okay, free account. Oh, okay. Almost okay. One paid account. Nice. Because I will be presenting with a paid account, which then means that there are some of the features that I will present that you might not have access to, right? But it is the beauty is that you would know, you can see what a paid account can do. And if I am not selling ChatGPT, I have no stake there. So, but it just gives you an idea, should in case you need such capability, okay, let me just pay $8 this month and then quickly use it maybe for my research in order to have access to this kind of GPT, and then next month I will cancel it, just an approach, but at least you would have an idea and you would know what a paid account can do. Okay, so what are your expectations for this session? To learn more about AI and how it's used effectively, 100%, I will give you a formula on how to effectively prompt um, generative AI. So ChatGPT is just the application, but generally, you should know that when you're using Gemini, you're using Grok, you're using any of all those, they are all generative AI applications, and you use similar prompts formula to effectively get good output, like quality output from them. Okay, to learn to use. Okay, so I think that's the end of my me trying to know my audience. And thank you everyone for participating. Now I will go back to my presentation. So what I would like to do also, I always like to confirm because when you're in a virtual space like this and you're presenting, at times you think everyone is seeing your screen, but there could be backyard. Please just confirm it's back on your screen.
It's back on.
Okay, thank you so much. So there are a lot of quotes out there, but this stood out for me because when it comes to technology is just a capability, right? It is how you make it fit your needs that will then help you to get the utmost value out of that. But see what Bill Gates is saying here. He's saying the advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't really even notice it. So it's part of your everyday life. There's no lie in whatever you have said here. If I'm stepping out, I always have technology, helping me. It guides me. I use it as a productivity tool. I need to get somewhere. I wouldn't just start driving. I would first use my navigator, check what routes. It could be possible that maybe the routes I always take has maybe there's a traffic there today or something. Instantly I would know it was already giving me insight of where to go and what not to do, what route not to take and what route to take. So it's part of our day-to-day life, and that is part of what AI is doing now. Almost I cannot count. I don't think a day has passed without me using AI one way or the other, right? So now let me go into what AI actually is. So basically, AI has come based as a result of different industrial revolution. And don't forget that technology is not just about numbers and data. It started a long time ago from mechanization, and it's about making life easier, developing solution systems. Then we got to electrification. We can use electricity. Then automation in the 1960s, when computer was introduced. And then today we are in the digital age where data is gold and data is defining intelligence and defining, what is being designed out there for us to use. So that is just a nutshell of how we got to where we are today. Now, what is AI specifically? It's a branch of computer science that studies machine intelligence, which is the ability for a machine or computer to learn without explicit programming. Normally, with previous programming approach, you need to write codes that would specifically tell computer what to do and what not to do, right? But now, computer and machines are learning on their own. And I'll show you how that is happening, right? So they are learning on their own. They are making decisions on their own. They are making inferences. They are suggesting things on their own. But now, let me give you a very short analogy of how we develop AI solutions, right? And I'm going to use an analogy of AI and human learning, right? Now, it's all start from algorithm development. When I made mention of different steps, and procedures that we write using code in order to instruct a computer, that is an algorithm, right? So now in the space of AI, an algorithm is developed to tell the machine how to learn, not what to learn, but how to learn. And this is similar to when a first year student is also, like when you're in the first year, what do you learn? You learn how to learn, right? And even when you graduate from an institution, it's different from someone who has not graduated, because someone who has graduated has already um, has put together different instinct, different skill sets on how to learn. And that is the foundational part of the old AI system. Now, the next thing is, after you've been taught how to learn in a particular discipline, now we then move on to model development. At the model development phase, here you would say we would use the algorithm to train a machine by exposing it to a lot of data that is related to that discipline. So when we are exposing it, we call it machine learning. That is when you hear machine learning. So machine learning is you exposing it to a lot of data in order for it to be able to learn and recognize those patterns. Maybe there's a correlation between this data and that data, and all that, those kind of patterns helps it to then start making, predictions, or helps it to have the intelligence to make those predictions when live data comes in. So we call that production data, right? And this is similar to when that first year student who is a medical student gains knowledge now, right? And skills through lectures, practicals, and continuous assessments. Now these students, don't forget that when they are going through those sessions too, what are they are being exposed to what data, information, and that is helping them to build their intelligence that will then result in them where they then specialize. Because when you've learned, you make your decision on, oh, this is what I want to specialize in. Maybe I want to be a dermatologist, just decide. So at this level, now AI would now be integrated into, like, let's say, a particular domain, maybe banking sector, maybe cybersecurity, or maybe our general life. Like ChatGPT has already been embedded in our life now, because now we're using it as a personal, you could call it personal tutor, you could call it a friend, because you can chat with it and it would, you'll be shocked to see how it will engage with you, right? So this is similar to a medical graduate. Now you've gathered your intelligence, you have an understanding of what I want to do. And now, as a medical graduate, now you specialize, now you are qualified to start making judgments, to start, diagnosing patients, and, saving people's life. That is just a very high level analogy of how AI is being developed. Now, just so you know that when you hear AI, it's not generative AI. Generative AI is just one pattern of AI. We have 7 patterns, right? First is the patterns and analogies. This AI finds normal patterns in data and flags things that do not look right. So it could be used, it's being used in the fraud and bank fraud systems. You could see maybe loan application systems, maybe in cybersecurity to also flag maybe intrusion detection and things like that. So that's a different AI that is designed to learn those type of patterns and make decisions about them. Now you have autonomous systems. With autonomous systems, these are AI systems that operate with minimal human control. Today we've been hearing, self-driving cars, the Teslas, the Elon Musk, Then also you could also see these kind of systems in the manufacturing sector, where an entire shop floor would be automated. And without human intervention, you just say there's a production of a cell phone right from the beginning to the end, with no one even. So that those systems are called autonomous systems. You have the personalization pattern. This type of AI tells experiences of individuals, right, and uses that experience, those experiences to make inferences about their behavior. What it's like, with the Netflix recommendation, social media. At times, you get it can be very annoying, especially with social media, because now you've given it you've clicked on some let's say feeds. In your feeds, you clicked on different, maybe you continuously click on a particular type of content. It has learned that, oh, she likes that content. What, or how is it going to keep you in there? It will keep providing more of that content, and you'll be like, oh my God, why did I go and watch this thing? But you can always go, there are always settings for you to clear those recommendations. Then you have the goal-driven systems. This type of AI works towards like specific objectives. This, you see them in gaming systems, navigation application. With predictive analytics, here we use them more in even in our business space, where you can predict what's coming next. But you have to have given it a lot of historical data about how things have happened in the past and what the results were. So now it would make those patterns. When it sees that type of data next, it knows, oh, there's possibility. When you say prediction, it's possibility, it's probability that this would happen. And you see also in the weather forecasting system, we're wondering, how does it know it's gonna rain today? How does it know it's gonna snow today? It's because of the historical amount of historical data that the application has been trained on. Now with recognition, today don't forget that you take your phone now, you snapped the QR code. That is where recognition AI is coming in. Or maybe you snap your handwriting, and then automatically it converts what you've typed into normal text. That is AI also working there. So we use AI just like what Bill Gates said. You would not even recognize it anymore because it is normal. And but if you then want to understand, you now need to start. Oh, so this is AI. Now I see, because when you know what you are using, it's easy for you to know what you are looking for next, right? So now the conversational human and human interaction AI. This is the AI that brought ChatGPT and all other generative AI to life. Initially we cannot have human conversation, like natural language conversation with these systems. But now, because of this capability, where they've trained large language models to be able to have engagement and conversation with people like humans, that is when the buzzword just came in, ChatGPT, and then others followed. So at least you having an understanding of this, you would not have that myopic mindset of, oh, when they say AI, you think it's just ChatGPT. No, there are a lot of AI solutions out there that we are also using currently, but you do not know. But generative AI is what we are here to talk about. So I would then move to ChatGPT, right? You see, with generative AI, like we saw in the poll that we just completed, we are all using various applications. After ChatGPT came out, oh my God, it was like people were waiting to explode and explore that enterprise, that space. And it then resulted in different applications that we are seeing. Even now you would just get confused. Okay, so which one do I use? But what you need to know is you need to know what has these applications been trained on, like, so what the generative AI does is it's able to generate contents for you after engaging with you, right? Maybe text contents, image, audio, different type of content like that. That is what generative AI is. So now you know that if you're using what do we call it? You're using ChatGPT, you are using maybe Cloud, you're using Gemini, you all know that it's a generative AI application. Okay, I skip that. Okay, now looking at ChatGPT, they designed it like a chatbot that uses the natural language, to engage with us, to dialogue with us. I have chatted with ChatGPT. I don't know if I have that here. I can't remember. Where I told it, oh, ChatGPT, I'm so sad. Can you sing a song for me? I need you to uplift my spirit. What ChatGPT did, it wrote a poem for me. Oh, and then it knows my name because I'll show you how to personalize your ChatGPT. It called my name and started saying, "Oh, it gave me a very nice poem to lift my spirits for the day." And this is how we use ChatGPT, depending on how you see it, right? I see it as a personal friend. So ChatGPT is trained on a diverse range of internet text, including websites, books, and even social media. You see, with that, there are limitations with regards to when a particular generative AI being trained with a set of data. I'll tell you, you get to that soon. ChatGPT can generate coherent and informative text, ranging from sentences, paragraphs. But one thing that I tried one day is and I was so disappointed in ChatGPT because it kept on leading me on. It says, I'm coming, I'm trying to get everything together. I will present it to you in 24 hours. I'm like, wow, okay. So I was writing an article and I really needed to do a lot of like review work. So I told it, I said, these are my comments. I want you to help me look at and then I uploaded the documents. Look at this document and tell me, how can I improve these contents, based on these new I want to say like new model that I want to present. Oh my God, because it was those are part of the limitations of the system. Then he told me it will never tell you no, I can't do it. He said, oh, don't worry, I'm coming, just hold on for me. In 24 hours, I will present it to you. Then it asked me nicely again, in what format do you want? I said, yes, put it in a Word document and so I can download it. Said 100%. I kept on waiting. I slept and I woke up. And then I came back. I'm like, ChatGPT, how long more do you have to present this? He says, don't worry. I would give you in the next 6 hours. You will not believe that this when it was time. I came back. I'm like, ChatGPT, where's my document? How do I get it? Then it gave me a document. Oh my God. I opened this document and guess what? Let me see if anyone could do you want to unmute and respond? What do you think ChatGPT did what was the outcome? Just raise your hand if you want to speak. Just okay. Yes, Ayomide. What do you think ChatGPT did? What was the
So
result?
I think we have to. So what I think ChatGPT would have done there is that it's not going to give you the complete what you requested for. It's not going to give. It's just going to give maybe half up to a point.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Kelly.
I think it will give you like two sentences or a paragraph of what you requested
Okay.
for.
Okay, yeah, at least you guys have very like you that faith. You have a very strong faith in ChatGPT. I'm telling you, it was an empty document it presented. And I was so disappointed because, wow, that was the first time I was ever trying that. I was shocked. I'm like, wow. And guess what? It wasted 24 hours, my 24 hours. And then I'm like, wow, interesting. Okay, at least now I know this. I will never try it again. So it's good that at least I have tried it. Now you've heard from my own experience, you wouldn't try it. So if you want to engage it, you have to do it in bits and pieces and engage with it continuously. Okay. So, top ways to use ChatGPT as a student, because I do understand that most of my the people that will be on the call today are students, right? So I kind of like tailored my presentation from towards the students, kind of like friendly kind of presentation, but we would all learn from it together. Top way to use it as students: summarize or paraphrase text, generate unique ideas, write academic mails, generate practice questions for tests, run spell and grammar checks. These are very good use cases as a student. I use it so well when I am studying. Like if I have a test, I can just upload maybe my lesson note and say, please generate questions for me to practice before the exam. And then if I have, maybe I'm writing an essay, I'll write the essay myself and ask it to present. Why use ChatGPT? It saves your time, helps you with new ideas. There's nothing like writer's block anymore where you feel like, oh my God, I cannot think, I cannot even start. No, start with ChatGPT, tell it something and let it give you something, and then use that as a, as your starting point, right? So but in all this, okay, actually, this was the conversation. It was a very long time. Like when ChatGPT first came out, that was when I had this conversation. Then even my prompting then was still very basic, right? Yeah. So this is the poem it wrote for me. Then and then also, like I said, different AIs are trained to do specific things, and there's something we call guard railing, where they don't want it to present information that it is not supposed to. So ChatGPT is not a medical AI is not trained with medical this thing expertise. So it would here it says, as an AI language model, I am not licensed. I am not a licensed medical professional. Those are some of we call it governance aspect of these things. So I will just rush through some of this. I wouldn't present that anymore. If you want to take a picture of this, you can take a picture of this just so that you can know some of these applications. I've used some of these applications, maybe when writing my dissertation. But I will tell you that when you're writing your dissertation, or maybe you're writing a research work, doing a research work, do not use ChatGPT, especially for referencing. You'll be so disappointed because it's going to formulate references that do not exist for you, right? But if you use application like Sites, I use Sites. It was great when I used it. Like it's that one is that Sites is also a generative AI, but it is trained with academic papers, so it can, whenever it writes a paragraph for you, it would even include the type of referencing that you want to use. Maybe it's Harvard referencing, maybe it's APA, and all that. It will use, you can even make do the settings and all. So you can take a picture of this if you want to, just to have a good reference. Risk of generative AI: misinformation and fake content, hallucination. Oh my God, at times if ChatGPT doesn't know something, because of the way it's trained, it feels so compelled to give you an output. It will just tell you something. And then you must always verify whatever ChatGPT gives you. Please do not just use it that way. Privacy concerns, because you could, don't forget that this is an AI. It is learning from while we are using it. So make sure you do not put your private information on it. I've used it for data analysis before, but in that sense, if I will do that, I have to anonymize my data first. I take out all the identifiable information, maybe like people's name, full name, because I don't need that. I just want to see patterns in the data, right? So be careful of the data you upload there. Amplification of biases. You see, biases basically it's the AI system can be biased because of the data that it was trained on. So let's say, for example, I remember there was a discussion back then when ChatGPT first came out, and you want to use it to generate an image, and then you make that description saying, oh, generate an image of a of an African woman. I'm telling you, the African woman will be looking Indian. She's black but looking Indian. Why? Because of the type of data. Maybe they've not exposed it to a lot of African, photos and all that. So those are some of the biases in this system. Legal and ethical use it respectfully and use it responsibly. Impersonation, fraud. Don't forget that we are all here while we are thinking of doing using technology for the good of things, people are thinking of using it for the bad. Also, we have the cyber hackers and all that all around. So try not to use it in that regard. Limitation, the latest model of ChatGPT 5.2, right, is it's trained with knowledge until up to 2025. So if you ask it things about 2026, it will tell you, oh, I'm sorry, I do not have that knowledge, or that's where my knowledge has been cut off. So you know what you should ask it. Then, okay, let me leave the bias. Then also emotions. It's a technology, in as much as it was telling me, it was giving me a poem, but it still can't serve as human, emotion. So also, when you're using ChatGPT, this is a flow chart for you to make that decision if truly you should use ChatGPT or not. When you start, you think about it. Does it matter if the output is true? If no, use ChatGPT, because now it's just like me chatting to it on my own normal live, like, oh, I'm trying to do this. Can you advise me on what to do? I remember yesterday a friend called me and was like, oh, my kid is about to get into the university, and he has got like three different institution options and different degrees. Can you please give me an idea of which one should he go? Yeah, in as much as I have my own inferences, but just to make it more, to get something more valid and concrete, I just captured all the institutions details and the curriculum and all that, and I asked it, can you give me a very good this thing to present to this guy? And he told me, oh no, it's basically was what my recommendation was going to be was what it presented to me, but it gave me more inferences and more details because it was very quick with assessing and analyzing, the curriculum of those three institutions. So those are the ways you can use it to just make life easy for you. Now, does it matter if the output is true? If yes, then you need to consider again, do you have expertise to verify the output if the output is accurate? If no, please don't use it. So you do not from my own will I say profession, you do not outsource what you do not know. Because when you outsource what you do not know, then expect that they could present things of low quality to you, and you would not even know if it's good or not good. But if you are able to verify or to validate what the output is, then use it. So it's just similar scenario with that with what I presented to my friend, because I already knew where I was going, but I wanted something concrete to present to him instead of me having to chat everything myself. I just did that, and then I just copied and then presented it to him. So if you are able to verify, then use ChatGPT responsibly. Now I'm going to prompt engineering. Say, prompt engineering is a new business. There are a lot of what do we call it, entrepreneur sites out there where they want you to train their AI. Let's say, for example, they are building an AI solution, maybe chatbot, and they want to train it on a particular language, maybe Yoruba. Now they would need a lot of people that have good understanding of Yoruba, not just speaking it only, but like the academic part of Yoruba, because they want it to be more academic, right? And they would ask you to chat with the chatbot and confirm if some of the output, if it is correct. We call it reinforcement. If it's correct, then it has learned that, oh, this way of presenting this language is right, then it's next time it would know, it would use that same approach. You get, so that's reinforcement. And then you keep training it, you keep presenting it, or you keep uploading maybe documents, Yoruba textbooks, Yoruba articles, things like that. That's how it learns. And then when it's time to prompt it, there are particular way, it is a particular way you should ask it questions for it to give you an effect, a good output, right? And that's where these formulas come, they come in. You can take a shot of this also if you, just so that you can, remember the formula. So these two formulas, actually, I got them when I was doing from project management. And the first one, there are a lot of them out there, different types, but you will see they still speak almost similar language. So the first one is RTF, which is very basic, but very effective too. So this would be my point of call for this presentation, because this second one, which is crates, is more elaborate. You need to give it more information. You see examples, you give it examples, give it what it shouldn't present, what it should present. The more specific you are with this generative AI, the more the quality of the outputs, right? So let's use the RTF. First, you need to establish what is the personnel of these engagements. Like, I want you to tell it what it should be. You can tell it to be a child and explain something to you. You can tell it to be a lecturer now, to be a professional. Whatever personnel you ask it to be, that is how it's going to think, and that is how it will present the information to you. So you tell it the task, and then what format do you want it to look like? Let me examples here. First, this is one example, studying for an exam. The first sentence, what are you doing there? You are defining the personnel, that is the role. You are a university biology tutor. Now it knows at what level of thinking and intelligence it needs to present the information to you, right? Explain photosynthesis in a way that helps me prepare for a first-year exam, focusing on key concepts and exam questions. We'll quickly practicalize some of these things. Then present the explanation as a short overview, a step-by-step process, and a 5-point exam revision checklist. If you want to improve this, you can even maybe upload like some of your what do we call it, the slides you were given in class or something. It will just tailor it nicely. So these are examples also. I don't need to go through everything, but just understanding this framework helps you to prompt generative AI, right? I know. Okay, now we are at the demonstration stage. Maybe a couple of minutes, I will just present. Maybe I'll cover some of the features that are in there first before, because why I'm saying this is I'm happy that almost everyone here has used maybe one generative AI or the other. So let me present some of the things that maybe would add more value to what you already know. So this is my ChatGPT. This ChatGPT I'm using, like I said, maybe I didn't say that when we started. I am using a paid version, right? But I'm using the $8 one, which serves my purpose, because with technology you don't need to go to the high end and everything just because maybe you have the money or something, but you have to align it with your need. Once it satisfies your need, then that's good. So now looking at this is the model. The current model is 5.2. That is the latest model. Why do these models change? Let me ask. Does anyone know in this group why do the model change? Like when it started, you get 4 point something, 4.0. Now we go to 5.0. Now we're on 5.2. Okay. I am Day. Please unmute.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So I think the reason why the model changes because the data they use to train it tend to update. That is to say, if they use, as you have said earlier, if they use data of like up to like 2024 to train a model, when they get to 2025 and they have new set of data, they have to update the way they train it to now make the AI to be more current and more effective.
Perfect. Thank you. Kelly, maybe you have something different.
It's basically the same thing. And
Yes.
apart from that, any errors that they have observed
Okay.
initially, the new update actually corrects that effect or that particular thing they have seen with the new
Thank you.
updated information uploaded.
That's continuous improvement. Thank you. Shukra.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, just like other people already mentioned, it's for better performance and
Mm,
also to reduce hallucinations because sometimes you
mm,
just go back and forth in the previous models, but the new
yeah.
ones just reduce the time and also
Yes.
for better coding. Yeah.
100%. Yes, you are all correct. It's a combination of all that you have all mentioned, right? So at the end of it, they want to make it more efficient, more effective, that at the high level, and and that is why you'd be like, oh, but in the last ChatGPT, I could only upload the content of maybe 200 and something characters, but now I can upload like 1,000. Wow, that is, and those they call them tokens. Okay. Suraj, you have your hands up. You have your hand up. Yep. Suraj?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. So with time, there is always a need for them to update due to the challenge, due to for them to live up to the growing advancement in technology. There is always
Yes.
new AI trying to battle them. So they
Yes.
have to build themselves and make sure they update themselves equally to match that. When they adapt to the
100%.
system, they adapt to the period and era. That is how us we get better performance and better improvement with using their services.
100%. Thank you. So that is another angle because that is coming from more of a business point of view, where your competitors, and they say competition is good for the consumers. That's just the fact. Because at the end of it, if there is no competition, they will just give us whatever they feel like we should have. But when there's competition, they have to, it's a race now. Everybody's trying to be better because they want to keep the market share. That's how it works. Thank you. Without going more into like the model, let me now show you. Okay, now this is the normal chart. You chart here. So one other thing that so let me show you some of the features that I use, right? Here, I use this Explore GPTs. This is very, like, I use it a lot. And why? Because when it comes to GPTs, like I said, different GPTs are trained for particular maybe function, or maybe to do particular things, or to become experts. When you specialize, so these GPTs they've been specialized to do particular things. And part of this I have used mostly, let's say if I'm doing something scholarly, maybe like I'm writing an academic article, I do not use the general ChatGPT. I come to Scholar AI, or I come to the research and analysis part and see, okay, what GPT is on the market that I can use, right? I've used Scholar GPT 2 before, and you would realize that they would give you better outputs based on what you are trying to do. That is, if you align what you are trying to do with the GPT. But if not, you would just be getting like generic things, generic information, market research and analysis. Here, productivity too. I would show you can even generate your presentation here, like your PPT. It could create it for you. The one I would show you is the one with Canva, right? You will be shocked to see how it's going to design a flyer, from ChatGPT. Then you find yourself in Canva with a flyer already designed, right? So now let's just quickly do some of these. I showed you how to, the good prompts and based on the formula. But I don't think there's much to. I'm just going to put one of it here, right? So this was the tutor one, right? See, if you want to make it better, if you want to get better output, because this is very generic, you just said explain photosynthesis. You can, like I said, upload your materials, your class materials, and say, please tailor it to this the document that I've uploaded here. It will just give it to you nicely, and you even your teacher would think you were the one that set the questions when you're answering them. So yeah, it will then respond. It will tell you, okay, first year or exam oriented kind of like explanation. It will give you to, and then the good thing about ChatGPT, like I guess you guys know, is that when you are in a chat, it remembers everything. So if I upload the documents here now, tomorrow I can come back to this chat and tell it, oh, you remember my resume that I saw that I uploaded the other time? Then it will tell you, oh, yes, I remember. But if you start a new chat, it will not remember that resume anymore. So it keeps its knowledge in a chat. That's how it works. So in that sense, at times, what I do is instead of um using the same chart for other things, I would create another chart. I would start another chart when I know I want to do something a bit different so that it's easy for me instead of me having to start again. So let's say, for example, you're a student and you have different courses that you are working that you're studying, right? So instead of just talking about it using the same chart for all your courses, create different charts so that all the conversation you've been having with it right from the beginning of the semester, it keeps it. And then by the end of the semester, you can just tell it, okay, now I need to write my exam. Can you give me set exam questions for me and give me possible answers? You would see how it would respond to you nicely, like it was following you in your class and all. So that's a good way to use it as a tutor. Another way to guard maybe content and knowledge is using a project. You see on the left here, that is if you have the paid version. I don't know if it's on in the free version. We can create a project. It's similar where it then creates its own, we call it workspace, where everything you're working on. So if I have a research that I have to do now, I would not use a chat because my chats can disappear anytime. I would use a project. I'll create a new project and have there all my maybe like my data, my introduction, my literature review. I'll put it all there. And then afterwards, I can tell it, can you help me link all these sections together? And then it presents it to you, right? Nicely. But one thing you should know is please do not use it and just copy and paste. Yes, copy and paste, but you need to also, we call it humanize it, because if you give me ChatGPT contents, I remember I was lecturing at a point and oh, I was so frustrated. My students, some of them, you would just copy and paste, and even some of them will copy the what do we call this thing? Like those texts that come with ChatGPT, and you'd be like, wow, like are you people like you're not even thinking anymore? You just copy everything. It's like copying someone's name. When you copying someone during exam and you copy their name and everything into their own exam sheets. Quite interesting. So just make sure you read through and then you make it sound like you. One way also that you can make it sound like you, see. Are you seeing my settings? Can you see where I clicked? See, I'm clicking at the bottom left. That is where I have my name. Can you see my screen? Please just thumbs up if you can see me. My cursor. Can you see my cursor? Please thumbs up because I don't want to do it and then you'll be wondering, oh, where did it go to?
Sorry, I can't see your cursor.
Okay, so at the bottom left, can you see my name there? Okay, let me just
Yes. Okay, I can see it now.
Oh, yes. So at the bottom here, that says my name. You click it, there you have settings, right? Then you can then click on personalize, you see. When you want to personalize here, you are telling it what kind of tone do you want the output to sound like? Professional, friendly, you can change all that. Even here, you tell it about you, like put your name or whatever. And then when you put it there, whenever it's presented, it will always call your name, make it personalized. Hey, hi Badru, how are you doing today? That kind of thing. Then also, you can define the characteristics, like how warm should it be, less warm, enthusiastic, and all that. Then you can also give it content, like you have a text, you copy a text that you wrote by yourself, and then put it in there and say, this is just so that it knows your writing style. I am telling you that when it's giving you the output, it will try and tailor its content to write like you. So now this way, it wouldn't be sounding like a robot. So you can try it. Another way you can do that is when you are typing yourself, right? You can give it examples. Let's say I can just say act like you are me, right? And for me to say act like me, I would have like uploaded a content of maybe my chapter 1, my chapter 2. I would say, I want you to learn my writing style. I want you to understand my language and how I do things. But now write for me, like edit this content that I'm uploading now and make sure that it's professionally, let's say it's like it acts as a professional editor, so it will edit the content, but it will not then change the entire tone of your content. It will still sound like you, but it will look at all those syntax and the grammatical errors that you've written. So even if you present it to someone, they would not even know it was ChatGPT. I use it even for research. You would not know. But the thing is, do not just ask it to write this for me. Give it the content. I usually write my ideas, do my research myself, put them together, but I will not put it together in a very kind of like professional way. I'll just tell it, now, please write. I'm trying to write up an introduction. These are all the ideas I have. Can you just write me a short paragraph and let me see if it would work for me. So here I can just say, act like me. You have read my past emails, or maybe I would have uploaded some of my past emails, and you know my voice. Based on that, write an email for me on this. Then need to ask me what email and all that. Also, maybe I should just jump to the Canva one, just so that you can see what it could do with using an application, that is integrated with ChatGPT. Now you can see I'm under Canva, right? What I'll do, I have a prompt somewhere. Okay, let me copy this prompt. And then I will upload. Sorry, I think I have exceeded the time, but if you guys are okay, I can continue. Actually, like I said, I was supposed to go somewhere, but I thought, no, I'm gonna do what I have to do. Okay, I think the host has already given me thumbs up. Okay, thank you. Now I'm gonna post a prompt here. This prompt here, don't forget, when you are prompting ChatGPT, don't be lazy, please. If you are lazy about it, it will give you gibberish. It will give you, and that is when you then have to go through an iterative process of trying to say, okay, now, no, format this, no, remove this, now, and then you keep going back and forth, like someone said initially. But if you prompt it nicely and you give it very specific contents, you would see how it will just give you very good results. Now, this is what I have done. I have pasted this prompts, and this prompt is like it's for a shoe company marketing material. So I want to develop a marketing material for a shoe company. Now I have said create a modern, visual, striking marketing design for a shoe company. You know why I'm not telling it, oh, behave like a graphic designer here? Do you know why? Let me ask. Anyone? Because remember, I told you that you need to first give it a personnel. You need to tell it what it should act like. But here I am not telling it what it should act like. I am just giving it instruction. Okay. It looks like Ayomide is going to be presenting my next session with me. Ayomide.
All right, so thank you very much, sir. So I think the reason is because you're already being specific, like you're already specific, you are using a specific AI that is basically the AI knows that this one is for like design. It knows that if I'm acting in this role on Canva subsection of ChatGPT, I'm acting as a designer. So telling it again to act as a designer might be a, what is it called now?
It's a
Might be
repetition.
tautology. So we might
Yes.
just want to say that be creative. We might just want to say creative or something instead of saying act as a designer.
Yes, thank you. You are 100% right. So now, and that is the beauty of you either designing your own GPTs. I will show you, I have a GPT that I created also. Either designing your own GPT where you've already defined some of the parameters and you've trained it with some content that, okay, when I'm, okay, this is this, maybe let's say a resume GPT. I have a resume GPT here. So the resume GPT, you've already trained it on how you should always structure your resume, how it should, you don't need to define all those things anymore. Just tell it, I am applying for this job, please do this, develop a resume for me. You already know my experience, all my experience, I've given you all that, so now let's see how this is going to, what results we would have here. So here it would first ask you to give it permission to connect to it's using an API to connect. Of course, it needs to, the way it thinks and the way it does things, it's way faster, right? But at least you need to just give it some time, because if it just gives you boom like that, you'll be like, Okay, so yeah, it says, here are 4 modern visual striking marketing design options for your shoe. So now, what does it want me to do? It wants me to view those, so option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Let me click on option 1 and let's see what that looks like. Now, if I click on it, it's telling me that it's going to open a link in Canva. I have a Canva account, so that's fine. Oh, you see, this is one. This is the first design. Not my style. Let me open the next one. Okay, getting there. I can always edit it myself to make it look better, to personalize it. And the funny thing is, okay, looks clean, my style. I can always work around that too. This is another nice one. You can imagine, what has it done? It has given you, it's like a leapfrog. It's a platform for you to just start working. I don't have to see the nice shoe in the cloud and everything. Do you know how long it's going to take me to put that together? So I already have it. I can just reframe it, change the text, put in my logo, put my name, change the content, and then align the content to the left. Perfect. I'm done. I'm done designing. What has it done? It's called a productivity tool. It has fast-tracked things for me. You do not need to do it. See, when you know this thing is going to help you to be better, to be faster, $8, yeah, maybe per month. You can do it. Maybe you have a project that you need to really do that month. You can just quickly take it instantly and pay for $8 out of the money you'll be getting. Do the work, and then you're done in 1 day or 2 days. That's it. Instead of sitting down and you're like, even designing is at times I dream about my design before I am able to do a design, because I do graphic design too. You see, so. But with this one now, I don't need to dream about it because I know ChatGPT would give me something that I will work with in the next 1 minute, 2 minutes. You get. And if I wanted to even be more specific, I would even tell it the business name. I would tell it the dates. I'll put everything. And then I would say, create a flyer for me. Hey, Mr. B, I hope I have not given you a nice idea to be creating your flyers. So basically, that's how it works. So I just said, let me show you the beauty of GPTs, right? And so this is my own GPT. My own GPT, basically, I just designed it for my own field, which is like you designing processes and you modeling different processes like that. So it just makes your work faster, because now you've already created intelligence in that GPT. All you want to do now is to get outputs. And it's like you training your intern. after training the intern, after some time, the intern would be doing work faster, and even better, almost maybe better than you. And you're like, wow, now you're good. That's basically what it is. This is images here. I don't know if you see it also on the free version. Instead of you having to, when you want to maybe modernize your image, or you need to give it a very specific and prompts. Like it needs to be very clear, else it's just going to mumble things together, and then before you know, your face, maybe your nose is looking like an Indian nose, your eyes maybe changes your lid, or what, things like. But with all these also, it already has some of these nice, what do we call it? You can call it themes that they've embedded. They are already defined prompts, and you can see the result already. Let me try this one and see what would happen. Paparazzi. Let me choose a photo. Let's see what the result will look like. I have used a couple of it, and it's really gave me very good results. Let me find my image. Let me go to my desktop. Desktop. Let me find my own image. Okay, let me use my profile photo. Let's see what it's gonna do with this. So can you guess what he did? You see this thing, the filter that I selected, it has already, this is the prompts. You can always take this prompt now and use it in somewhere else in another GPT, and it will almost give you the same results. But instead of me having to think about how do I want to write these prompts, what are the details? Because at times it can be stressful to be detailing all these. The image is the image is shot like a real editorial photograph, direct flash, hash. Hey, who has time for all those things? So maybe there are even some platforms where they would give you prompts. Oh my God, check me out now. You see, check me out. I am keeping this image. You can imagine what what you can do with this thing. And the nice thing is that it just keeps your image, keeps it the way it is, but it will then edit it based on those details. I'm a movie star now. Oh wow, interesting. So those are some of the features that I thought, because you guys use it a lot, but why not just explore some of these other features that are in there? That is if you have the paid version. But if you do not have the paid version, at least you know what the paid version, the value that you can get out of a paid version. I think let me just go back to my presentation. And I've taken much of your time, but I hope it's worth it. Now let's go to just key takeaway. Please use ChatGPT and other generative AI responsibly and ethically. Very important. Please don't use it for malicious things. Do not give away the intellectual aspect of your work to ChatGPT. Please do not. Don't just tell it to do this for me. Do your own research, do your work, and ask it to help you to improve it. Use it as a productivity tool. Take full responsibility for your content that you generate with ChatGPT by reviewing it and humanizing it. Do not be scared that AI will take your job. Skill yourself with AI capabilities so that someone who uses AI will not take your job, because it is someone that uses AI that is going to take your job, not just AI. When the person is able to be more productive than you, in a day, the person already presented like 5 different designs, while in a day you are still like, don't worry, I'll give you a design at the end of the week. Every boss would want to go with the faster and more active and productive person. So just try and make sure that you use things right. Okay, thank you. You can follow me on LinkedIn if you want to. I would be happy to connect with you. Trust me. So, drum roll. Thank you. I'm done. Question, I'm opening the floor. Backyard, are you there?
Okay, I
Yes,
don't
I'm
know.
here.
Okay, she's there.
Okay, thank you very much for the lecture. We really appreciate it. So we'll be taking questions now. Please, if you have any questions, please raise your hand, kindly raise your hand, and you'll be called to talk, to speak. Sure.
Okay. So I can manage the session, it's fine. Um now I'm even scared now because like I said, it's AI expert. I was even talking to, I've been speaking to you, AI expert, but I'm really happy to engage with you guys. So I have here Idera. I'm sorry if I hope I did not
You
disturb
can't be
you.
scared.
No problem, sir.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for the
Yeah.
lesson. I've learned a
So,
lot and taking note of almost everything. So the question is more is a bit practical in a
okay.
way because it's in the aspect of research. Just I think on Wednesday I met my project supervisor and
Mhm.
we came up with a topic and he said I
Okay.
should come up with a proposal. But
Okay.
the topic is the impact of different water sources in an electrolyzer. But the research is a novelty, something like that. So
Mhm.
not
Every
much
research
paper.
has to be, have an aspect of novelty in it.
Yeah. So because I've been checking online for resources, but
Okay.
I've not been seeing many.
Mm.
So I don't know how.
To
If you
go
can,
about
I believe you are really good at research. So if you can,
it.
throw more light on how I can go about the research proposal and also really know um
Mm.
what's the topic I was being given.
Okay. Nice question. So what, if I may ask, I want to believe that whatever we engage on now would be beneficial to almost everyone, right? So what this thing what version of ChatGPT or what version of generative AI do you use? Is it paid or not paid?
Okay, so I've not paid for ChatGPT, but for Gemini, I think I'm
Okay.
using the pro version, but I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't
No,
mind
it doesn't have
subscribing.
to. Gemini 2 is okay. It just depends on, like I said, it's how you use it, right? And when it comes to research is not a linear process. It's not a linear process like, oh, you just get it and then no, it's iterative, right? So now you can do a bit of research, like you said yourself, identify some of those papers, right? And then you upload the paper to your AI, your generative AI application and say, tell it what you want to do. I am trying to write a proposal, and this is what I'm trying to, this is the novelty that I'm trying to present, or to get to in from my research. And then you then tell it that, okay, these are some of the documents, some of the articles that I have been able to download, or I have access to in order for, so can you use this to write me something that is, that aligns with my what do we call it, the work that I want to do. You see, when you use Gemini, I'm not sure if there are GPTs under Gemini, but you see, like with ChatGPT now, you could see there are specific research ones. Those research ones understand research writing, you get, and it understands how to link. When you're writing your research, they have to be a link between all sections. Your link of from your introduction to your literature review to your data analysis, there have to be a link. With a research trained AI, it will be able to tell to make sure that when it's doing its own analysis of your work, it will be able to pick up those gaps, or it will be able to tell you what it thinks you haven't done right. But if you use a generic one, it will keep answering you and telling you, it will just keep mumbling and hallucinating about, and for you, you will think, oh, it's giving me something right. When I use sites at that point fast tracked my work so well that, even with my referencing, I can change the referencing style with site to say, use this reference. And with sites will even give you the list of the papers that it is getting those maybe like statements or those ideas from. It will not just present it to you, so that it will be easy for you to verify. Research, it is very, it's how do I say, it's very dangerous when you use research, when you use AI with this thing and you do not know how to use it well. Say, I have used AI for academic paper that I've published before. But like I said, even the publishers, like they run their own AI detector and whatever. They did not detect anything. Why? Because of the way I used it. I did not just ask AI. AI writes me my introduction. This is no. I wrote the introduction without being professional about it or being specific. If you see the way the AI revised my introduction, even me, I was wowed. I was like, wow, I wrote this paper. This is wonderful, you know. But at the end of it, you did not outsource your intelligence or your intellectual work to AI. What did you do there? You outsource the editing part. You do not need to pay for editing anymore. You've outsourced the editing and language aspects to AI. We are not language experts. We are not editors. So I don't know if this has given you a good idea, but like I said, use the right GPT and make sure that when you're working on it, you can go back and front. Or if when you read it and you are not satisfied, tell it again what it needs to revise. You can say, no, okay, thank you. I like this introduction you've presented, but I want you to start with an opening statement that is more generic, because you want to come from a generic point of entrance. You want to have a generic entrance, and then you then become more specific as you drill down into your writing, and then get to where you then talk about the gap that you are trying that you've already like, because that's the novelty part, the gap that you have identified, right, in that body of knowledge, and how what your own research is trying to fill, like how are you going to fill that gap, maybe by collecting specific type of data and analyzing to see what the outcome is. I don't know if that answered your question then. Idira.
Yes, yes, sir. Very, very much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Really
I
appreciate it.
wish you all the best with your research.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anyone else? I saw Ayomide before. Are you scared now, Ayomide? Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you had raised your hand initially, and then I hope you were not shy anymore.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for the
Okay.
wonderful presentation, sir. So
Okay. My
I
pleasure.
just have some few questions because I was very excited when I saw the event and I was like, okay, I need to attend this event. Let me learn more
Mhm.
about ChatGPT. Okay,
Mhm.
so along the line during your presentation, I jotted some things down that don't be lazy to prompt, which I know
Yeah.
that's one of like the things that I have repeated several times. I'm always lazy. Why prompting?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if I want to ask a question is based on artificial intelligence and machine learning that you
Mhm.
spoke about.
Mhm.
You mentioned that there are different types of AI, about 7 patterns for AI.
Patterns.
That's
Mhm.
pattern and anomalies,
Yes.
autonomous AI, hyper
Mm.
personalization, goal driven system. All these
Mhm.
AIs with the generative one, did they work hand in hand together? Like, can we
Yes.
simulate a process whereby all of them work hand in hand together? We use one for pattern anonymous and anomalies detection. Then we'll let it work together. That's like one question. Question one.
Mhm.
Then I now have another question because I've been here in my field. I'm a petroleum engineering student in
Okay.
University of Ibadan. So in my field, we do a lot of machine learning AI, and to be honest, I have really no idea about like what machine learning is. I try to learn it, but I've been able to complete Python, and the other parts
Mhm.
I've not been able to continue the learning process. But if
Mm.
I may ask, because we had some project seminar recently, and they were saying that okay, you can. Some of our seniors were telling us that you can actually use. Don't be afraid of the word ML. You can actually use ChatGPT, some AIs to actually do all this thing, ML, all this thing. But they
Yeah.
didn't tell us how. They can learn how to use your ChatGPT to do this ML thing. They didn't tell us how. So I wanted to ask: is there like a subsection, like the way we have a section for Canva for designer?
Mm.
Is there like a subsection someone can use to actually like do that AI of it, that ML of it, and try and I know based on my research that I need to have some prior knowledge before time about like
Yeah.
statistics, so that if I say I
Mm.
get 0.2 as my accuracy, this I'll be able to
Mm-hmm.
interpret it well.
What it
All
is.
those things.
Mm.
So is there like a system like that that can direct me on how I can actually do that all on ChatGPT?
Mm.
Yes. So that's like another question. The other question is now that Gemini, for example, Gemini don't send documents. I don't know why. And it's a generative AI, but it's still limited to some extent. Even though I'm using
Yes.
the Pro, it can't send me documents unlike ChatGPT, and that's why sometimes I switch to
Mm.
ChatGPT. But
Yeah.
recently, there was one update I saw about getting ChatGPT Pro, and I did it, and my ChatGPT upgraded to 5.2.
5.
So I'm currently on 5.2 like this now. So I wanted to ask, why is Gemini not sending documents? Is there any reason why it can't generate documents, can't create documents?
Mm. Okay. Thanks.
So yeah, that's I think
Mm.
that's just it for now.
Nice
Yes, thank
question.
you, sir.
So why did you drop your hand then? When you had all
No, I
this?
didn't drop my hand though.
Oh,
Someone wanted
okay.
to use my phone. Someone wanted to use my phone to log
Okay.
in his bank
Okay.
account. So
Actually, I'd already passed
I
you.
left some.
I'd already passed you. I just thought, okay, let me. I knew I saw your hand before, but maybe something happened. Okay, very
All right.
interesting questions. Very
Thank you
interesting
so much,
questions.
sir.
But so right from the beginning, if you remember, I said I am not an AI developer. I am more of a business analyst and I'm a manager. And I also help businesses to achieve specific things. I manage developers, you understand? So I tell them this is what must happen. This is what the business is expecting to get as output. Whichever way they have to do it, it must happen. That's my own, right? But I have knowledge on some of these things. So, firstly, you were talking about integrating different patterns. 100%. That is how you are able to see ChatGPT where, I missed some part of this. I wanted to show you that. I don't know if you guys are okay. So in ChatGPT, you can use voice prompts, right? Um, I mean, it's okay. Let's engage so that you can use voice prompts. Voice prompts. What I do at times, if I'm lazy, I just use my mobile phone, ChatGPT, and then I press the voice prompt, and I engage with ChatGPT back and front, and then it speaks to me, and then and then it will then give you the transcript, right? That is recognition. That is a recognition pattern. At the same time, it is engaging. What pattern is that engagement? It is the human conversation pattern. So that is a combination of two different patterns working together in order to help you to achieve what you want to do. When you take your phone again, at times I can be doing maybe a quiz or something, and I'm not too sure of it, and it's on my screen. Instead of me opening another ChatGPT, this thing, I'll just take my ChatGPT phone. No, a good example, I remember. So my sister sent me a tea from Germany. I've never seen that type of tea before. I'm like, and everything on it was written in German. I'm like, oh my. So what instruction is this? How do I was even asking her, even she doesn't know. I'm like, okay, that's okay. I took my ChatGPT and I snapped the tea. Like there is a way for you to snap a picture with ChatGPT. I snapped it and I said, please tell me what all this is. And it translated it nicely. That is also another recognition working with conversation, you see. So you it's not just you as a developer, machine learning developer, you need to know how to integrate all these patterns towards achieving what you want to get. So I think that has already answered the first question. The second part, remind me again, the second part is about the Ayomide.
Okay, so the second question was on this AI ML stuff. The
Okay,
ML, yeah.
yes. So with machine learning, I am currently also completing a course actually in project management of AI So I want to start managing AI projects, and it's quite, that's where I got those patterns from. And I thought I must just share the same knowledge with you. And what I'll tell you there is that you can, let me go to my ChatGPT. There is a section there are GPTs for developers, actually. Let me see. Let me stop sharing. My ChatGPT. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So if you come down here, you will see programming, you see. So this is the GPT for programmers. From these, say, even now, initially, I know they usually do manual training of models. Now, models are being trained by AI now, where the AI would just the data has to be of good quality. The AI would even prepare the data. You upload the data maybe through it could be what do we call it? Maybe I don't want to say Excel, because Excel is very structured. There are other unstructured type of data. You maybe like JSON and everything. You upload it, and then it will structure the data the way you want it to be structured, and we then train the model by exposing it to the way the data is supposed to be structured, and it start learning. It will be learning. There was one practical I did at some points where all I did was I had the data in Excel. So the data was a company data on. So I wanted it to start to predict. I think it was predict their what do we call it, demands, right? So across the years, I had different months and different demands, like in text, maybe what do we call it? Let's say maybe this in January they had 1,000 requests, in March, and that would also help you with resource management to know the amount of people that you would need per month. So uploading all that data automatically, the machine learning system told me the best algorithm to use for this type of training, and I just took that, because all these things have already been like Google. They already have platforms that it's you don't have to do it code anymore. It's so easy now. So I just uploaded the data, and it told me, oh no, use linear regression. Linear regression is the best. And I went to the plan and I selected linear regression, and then at the end of it, it gave me output. What did it present to me? It presented it presented a chat GPT interface. And all I did was I said, okay, in January 2025, how much this thing should I expect? How much demand should I expect? So based on the patterns that it has seen from all the previous years it just presented a number to me and said, okay, so now if you want to test it if it is correct, there's training. I'm not supposed to be this is out of scope of the presentation though, but I thought, okay, I can explain. So now if you have training data, that is the data you use to give it knowledge. Then there is the other type of data where it's production data. That is the data, the real data that is coming in, right? Then you take that data, you also test it to see if actually the outcome is correct, because you need to always monitor the accuracy, precision, and all other types of we call them metrics that we use to monitor the AI, to ensure that in the future it will not be predicting wrong things, because then the business would collapse, or maybe so that's it. I think you just need to do more research, especially with Google. I think Google have a lot of machine learning platforms with AWS, and then also what do we call them, Azure. That's Microsoft. The last question, Ayomide.
Okay. The last question was on Gemini. Thank you so much, sir.
Oh
Last
no, the
question was
Gemini. Yes,
yeah,
Gemini.
Gemini.
I have no.
Why is that one cannot send documents to us?
Well, maybe they would. You see, don't forget that system, like we said, all these versions are coming in because of people's user requests. So continuous improvements. Maybe soon they might give you that capability might come in based on maybe, oh, why is it just like you've just asked now? If I'm working with what's it, Microsoft now, I can go back and say, no, people are requesting for this kind of capability. Possibly to come soon, but I have no knowledge about their business, and when they'll be doing their releases and what features will be coming in.
All right, thank you very much,
So
sir.
just use
Thank you so much.
the one that pays you. That's why you
Yeah.
can cancel your subscription and jump to the next one. You understand? Back here.
Yeah, sorry, please. My question is, so now that we know that generative AI, they're not good for medical consultation because they are not professionals.
Oh,
If
wait,
I have,
wait. That's not what I said. I said it
okay, I get
depends on the generative AI you are using, right? You see,
okay.
in the medical sector also, I am sure there are generative AI that systems that they are already that has already been developed. I am very sure where maybe
Mhm.
like what do we call them? Medical practitioners would use it to quickly get information instead of having to go and research and be searching for something, but they wouldn't want to make it public 100%, or because they don't want you to go and be treating yourself and there could be a problem somewhere. But okay, please go ahead. Sorry to cut you short there.
Okay, so there's no like I understand that. I get your what's it called now. But what I'm trying to ask now, for like as a medical doctor, and I'm not well aware of the other AIs that can be used
Mm-hmm.
for medical information. So if I want to prompt Chat GPT to give me maybe a procedure about a medical procedure,
Mm-hmm.
if I go ahead and ask that, okay, can you describe how to do circumcision? And it comes
Yeah.
and then it gives me some things. How would I know
Mm-hmm.
if what is giving me is right or is wrong? And how would I also know, that normally medicine,
Mm-hmm.
you tend to update the information,
Mm-hmm.
like because of researches, science
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
Yeah.
You can have one information that
Would contradict another one in the future or something. Maybe if that's what you're trying to say. Hello? Okay, let me say I
maybe
understand
like
where you're.
the way we find out now that
Oh,
there's species for malaria.
yes. I see it. There was a bit of maybe it was a network. I didn't get it the end close to the end part of your question. But what I think you are trying to say is, okay, so what medical GPT? See, I have used ChatGPT is very generic. Like it's so knowledgeable. It is so knowledgeable. I am telling you. But like I said, do not use it if you are not able to verify, right? If you will not be able
Yeah.
to verify. And also you can ask it to give you sources, links, but I promise you it can give you gibberish link. I won't lie to you. So it's better to use links so if it gives you the link, you can click on the link and go and verify yourself, right? Instead
Yeah.
of and also if you're doing things like that, maybe use the research GPT because that would be more academic, right? But
Okay.
let me tell you one way I've used ChatGPT for an academic for a medical something around the
Information.
medical this thing. So what I did was over here when you see the doctor or you go for blood work, you've done the results, you would always have it in you have your health um system where you can log in and see all your health
Information.
yes
Yes.
information. So
The test
then
that is done and all
exactly
that.
the test and everything. So now I'm sitting with the test. It's telling me something GPT is available, something is not visible. 1.2. I'm like, what? Okay, so guess what I did? I would just copy that statement, the result, put it on GPT. Chat GPT. I went to do a test on that. This is what the doctor asked me to. This is the result. Please, can you interpret? I am telling you, it will interpret it clean. It will tell you that the range of this is this. This is the meaning of this range. This is where you are. It means you are fine or you are not fine. But the fact is, at the end of it, do not use that to make your final decision about what you want to do with your life or with your medical situation. You must
All
always
right.
get professional this thing at the end. You get.
All right. So you are
Mhm.
not aware of any medical AI.
Maybe if I find out, I would send to you because
All
it's not
right.
my. But you can always
Thank
look at the GPT. If you look at let me see with this GPT. I'm sure they wouldn't want to put a lot of that because they don't want people to.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure
So, but
too.
look at it here. See, just with GPT, look at it. There are a lot of them here. You see, I just searched Ambrose Medical Knowledge, Dr. X Medical. So it's not a doctor. AI for medical students, medical GPT, medical research. You see,
Yeah.
so you can explore some of these things and then see so like I said, ensure that the GPT you are using would be able to give you a link or reference
Mm.
that
I
you
have
can
both
verify.
anyways. I have some. I have, but I'm just curious to ask.
Mhm. So if you have it, then
Yes.
verify and then confirm what it is and be sure.
Okay.
So once you've been able to verify, then you can use the contents happily and reference it.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So thank you. I apologize for extending the session for almost like 1 hour, but I guess well maybe it was valuable because I believe it's valuable actually for me to still have close to like more than half, that started the session with me. Thank you everyone. I really appreciate this. I learned a lot from you all also. Because they say if you want to learn something, go and
Are you
study.
still talking? Because I don't know if I'm not
Oh, can you
okay.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So they say if you want to learn something, go and study it. But if you want to master it, then you teach it. You understand? So when this is also it's an avenue for me to master what I know already. So thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
to
you too.
Mr. B Education back here. Thank you also. Thank you
Thank
everyone
you
for staying with me.
very much. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed this session. Everybody will agree with me because you can see the what's it called? The emojis.
Emojis. Thank you. I
Yeah,
can see them all.
yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Um, we can all start putting what we've learned so far on the chat, and our next what's it called? Our next upcoming events. We have the Ugidi Samuel UTME Scholarship 2026, and um um it's about education. It's about education, and is one of our mentee that is holding the program. Also, we have another one coming up, which is Light Up a Child's Education 2.0. And we need funds. So kindly please share the flyer as much as possible. Partner us with people. Ejo. Partnership is very important. Help us so that we can get the best out of it. Then I guess that's the end of today's session. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for stay connected with us on our website. You can send a mail to us at info@missybfoundation.org, LinkedIn, Missy B Educational Foundation, on Instagram at Missy B Foundation, then YouTube, Missy B Educational Foundation. So reach out to us on any of these platforms. We would be happy to connect with you. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you so much. We're happy to have you all. And I want to believe that we all took something out of the presentation so far. So I don't know if our founder has anything else to say before we end the session.
I don't. I think Ayomide has his hands up. Probably he wants to sponsor one of our events.
I will be very happy. Ayomide, do you want to sponsor our events?
Good evening, ma.
Good
So
evening.
yeah, I just wanted to say that I wanted to like appreciate the moment you gave to me to be part of this. Actually, I currently serve as the president of Society of Petroleum Engineers, University of Ibadan Student Chapter, and my general secretary is one of the mentee in Mr. B Foundation. That's Omileke Opeyemi Michael. So, hello, can
Yeah,
you hear
I
me?
Yeah,
can hear you.
yes, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So initially we wanted to, I don't know if this the right place to speak about it. I don't know if he has also talked to anyone in the foundation about it. We wanted to like partner with the Mr. B Education to do something, because in I think the first edition of this Light Up a Child was done in collaboration with our association, I think back in 2021. Am I correct?
Yeah. I think we've done 2 years partnership. No, 2022.
2022, yeah.
Yeah, and we did 2021 also.
All right. So maybe he's going to reach out, sir, ma.
No
So
problem.
yes, ma.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Yes, ma.
Thank you very much. So we have come to the end of today's session. We look forward to meeting you all in the next session. Do
Thank
have
you
a
all. I hope the
lovely day. Thank
mentees,
you.
I can see stuffs going on in the chat. Please let's continue to drive this conversation on the WhatsApp group. I look forward to your sharing what you have learned. And bye. This session is going to be posted on the YouTube channel. Have a lovely night rest. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma. Bye-bye.
Bye.